Hello, welcome to Microfiche Microphone. I'm Micah, and in this channel we look at old newspaper articles that are no longer under copyright. These are all in the public domain, so I am allowed to read the entire article. So today's Microfiche time capsule comes from the London Magazine from 1768 in January. And this article is called Poison Bite of the Rattlesnake Curable. Okay, this is long before the invention or discovery of antivenom. And by the way, this is not at all meant to be advice. This is an entertainment-only channel. Do not follow this advice. Talk to doctors and use actual medical things. Besides that, would you really follow the advice of a doctor from 1768? I'm just saying. Anyway, even if this guy is a doctor, which I'm not even sure he is. So, yeah, if you have ever been bitten by a rattlesnake, you know how very, very serious it is. This is not a joke. It is something that can kill you rather quickly, and a very, very painful death. Call 911. Please, if you ever get bitten by a rattlesnake, call 911. Anyways, so this is an article saying that rattlesnake bites are curable. Pre-antivenom. So I'm sorry if I laugh a little at you, Dr. Nesbitt, I guess is his name, because I don't believe it at all. So let's look at what they thought in 1768 and what methods they use to, quote, cure, unquote, of their rattlesnake bites. Let's take a look. Part of a letter from the late Dr. Witt of Germantown in Pennsylvania to Peter Collinson, Esquire, dated blah, blah, blah. What's funny is that the date is redacted, although the names are not, and I think that's amusing. Like, okay, because it's very secret what date he wrote it. You tell me that Dr. Nesbitt has pronounced the bite of the rattlesnake incurable and desire my opinion upon that subject. Okay, to correct myself, Dr. Witt thinks they are curable. Dr. Nesbitt says they are not. Okay. He might as well have asserted that there is no cure for a sore finger. Okay. That F and S really throws me sometimes. Okay. He might as well have asserted that there is no cure for a sore finger. For in the depth of winter, the bite of the rattlesnake is in this province as harmless as the prick of a pin. Okay, he's clearly never been bitten. Oh my gosh. Like, I've never been bitten personally, but that's just a prick of a pin? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's just, oh my gosh. Okay. A rattlesnake bite is not a prick of a pin, and that is ridiculous to compare those. Oh my gosh. And in the height of summer, the poison may be sucked out with the mouth, either by the person bitten or by a bystander in such a manner as to prevent death, till other more powerful remedies can be applied. More powerful remedy, okay. And that without the least danger either to the one or the other, provided the skin of the mouth be perfectly sound. So if you don't have a cold sore, then you can do this. Evidently, I have heard of people sucking, quote, sucking the poison out, and I have also heard that this does not work. And plus, like, saying that it has to be done in the height of summer, what if you were bitten in the fall? Like, does it no longer work? I don't understand this argument at all. In the height of summer, the poison may be sucked out with the mouth, either by the person bitten or by a bystander. Yeah, that sounds awesome. So either, like, okay, first of all, if you were bitten in a place that you could suck out yourself, let's say it was on the hand, then sure, I guess you could do it yourself. But what are the odds of getting bitten in a place that you could suck out yourself? I think it's actually fairly low, because if I got bit on the foot, I could not suck it out myself. I am not a contortionist. I don't know about you. Maybe if you are, I don't know. And by a bystander, I love how they put that, a bystander. So if you happen to be nearby and you see someone get bit by a rattlesnake, then go ahead and suck it out the Like, no, I'm not giving this advice. This is not my advice. I am not saying this. Okay. Indeed, in very hot weather in the province of Maryland, where the poison is much more venomous than it is here. Maryland. Uh-huh. It's okay. Wow, Maryland, huh? That's like your height of exotic. Okay. I don't really think of Maryland as being hot. I'm just saying. Okay. If a person happens to be bitten half a mile from a house and he cannot himself come at the wound to suck it, nor is within call of anyone else for assistance, he may as well lie down upon the spot and die, for he will certainly expire before he gets home. Wow, geez, thanks. Plus, please don't get distracted by the way the word suck looks. It is suck with an S. Still a funny word, not gonna lie. Okay, moving on. But on the contrary, if he can reach the puncture with his mouth, nothing is more easy to cure, even in that hot climate. The very hot climate of Maryland. Oh my gosh. I'm sure the people of Maryland are laughing at this. If you're not aware, it snows in Maryland. It's not hot. Like, I would not consider it hot. Like, geez, it borders Washington, D.C. Like, do you really think that it's hot in Maryland? Such a very hot climate. I guess you could consider it warmer than England, but I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the hot climate. Okay. In this province, I have cured several by only stamping a bit at the root of the plant? What flippin' plant are they talking about? Stamping a bit on the root of the plant, of which I sent you a specimen with the feed, and infusing it in wine and giving it inwardly, and at the same time applying a cataplasm? Is that what that says? Cataplasm? At the same time applying a cataplasm to the part affected, made of the bruised leaves of the same plant. Okay, so there's a little star. Let's look down. The Penathus of Miller's Dictionary, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they're telling you what plant it is. Primanthus autumnalius flore? I'm sorry, I don't speak Latin. Decute purpurco? I'm going to have to look this up. I have no idea. Or the Rattlesnake Rose. Dr. Witt's rattle... You know what? I'm going to look it up right now. So just in case I cut out like the entire searching, because it took me like 10 minutes to find, this is a plant known as rattlesnake root, and or white rattlesnake root because the flowers are white. It's also called purple, anyway, because the stems are purple. So it has purple stems and white flowers, and apparently it is a rattlesnake repellent, not a cure for a rattlesnake bite. So that's interesting to me, and it's interesting that they tried to use it as a rattlesnake bite remedy, because I suspect that did not work. Rattlesnake bites are very deadly. Okay. So with this simple remedy, the cure is often accomplished if the weather be moderate, even after the patient has been some days bitten. Are you kidding me? Without any other application than barely sucking the wound. Okay, if you had been bitten 3 days ago, I don't think sucking the wound is going to help anyone or anything. And I don't think putting this leaf on it will help anyone or anything either. I'm extremely skeptical about this, and I could not find anywhere written that this is a helpful remedy after you've been bitten. It says that it is used as a rattlesnake repellent. Okay. This is so well known in the neighborhood where I live that nobody is in the least dread about it, and there is no instance that I know of where the bite of the rattlesnake has ever proved mortal, where proper assistance was at hand. As to the fascinating power of rattlesnakes, I firmly believe it, but the vulgar notion of their biting their prey and suffering it to die before they devour it deserves no credit. They never bite their prey at all. If they did, it would surely destroy themselves by their own poison, for whatever they bite, if they are kept from water, they will die of the poison that is spilt about their mouths. your friend Seawit. Honestly? Really? Okay, I'm gonna look up how rattlesnakes eat. Okay, I'm just gonna ask Google, because Google, thank you Google for knowing so much. So, do rattlesnakes bite their food? Oops, I'm like mistyping. Tracking prey, hidden fangs, venom facts. Okay, rattlesnakes develop venom primarily as a hunting and killing mechanism, not for self-defense. So yes, they do. They bite their prey. Rattlesnakes bite their prey. This is one area in which different types of rattlesnakes deviate from one another, as the chemical makeup of venom varies. In some snakes, the venom itself is fatal to an injected animal. In other cases, venom incapacitates the snake's victim in one of several ways, like inducing respiratory paralysis. Whether or not the venom kills the prey, the animal is incapacitated while the snake swallows it whole. The digestive process is such that a rattlesnake may only need to feed once every 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, I know that. So, yes, they bite their prey, they inject venom into their prey, and they rarely use it as self-defense. They only use it when they feel threatened. And the venom can either kill it or incapacitate it depending on the type of snake. The snake itself is immune to its own venom. That is the truth. However, I find this fascinating that at the time, in 1768, people are reading this article absolutely believing every word. And that is what I find so fascinating about our life today, where you can just sit down and Google it, and with a quick Google search, I immediately discovered that rattlesnakes do poison their prey, and that they are not harming themselves with their own poison. I think that most animals are immune to their own poison, if they have any. I could be wrong about that, so any natural biologists, please write in the comments below. If there are any venomous animals that could poison themselves with their own venom. Yeah, if that makes sense. I hope I formulated that correctly. Anyway, I find it fascinating that people of the time, this was their Google, this was their source of information, and that people reading this would absolutely believe this. It's slightly shocking to me that it was so easy to spread misinformation at the time. It was so easy, and today it's much more difficult, and I really appreciate that about our lives today, that if we want to know something, we can just look it up, and we can immediately find the answer, and we don't have to spend all day in the library even assuming that the answer existed somewhere. So, this is me appreciating my modern life today, and signing off. I'm Micah, and I'll see you in our next time capsule.